Hi, my name is Rahul Ragunathan, and the question I'll be delving into is what exactly a truly noble sacrifice is. I'll also delve into how a true sacrifice can be tied to loyalty to those you trust, which I previously explored in DMP 1 and 2. Finally, I want to tie sacrifices to both my eventual future destiny and how loyalty to other people is key as I move forward both in my career and in my life. As I gaze into the future, there is no way for me to know what my destiny truly is. The future in front of me is always going to remain quite cloudy. However, I do know that I obtain fulfillment when spending time with others and helping them. Therefore, one of my career goals is to become a successful doctor. Many of the stories that we were told in class dealt with sacrifices, which I will need to understand as I progress throughout my career. I must be willing to sacrifice my well-being as well as several hours of my time in order to succeed as a doctor so that I can help others. An example of a noble sacrifice can be seen when observing the scene from the King Arthur story. In this text, Gawain agrees to marry the hideous Ragnell in order to save his king and in order to fulfill King Arthur's promise to Ragnell. However, a simple explanation regarding this scene doesn't convey the theme of sacrifice and nobility unless it is offered in perspective. The image in front of you showcases two scenes which showcase how Gawain acts in a selfless manner. Note that the image on the left indicates that Gawain has merely promised to wed Ragnell. However, upon kissing Ragnell, Ragnell transforms into a lovely woman, indicating how Gawain, actually fully acting in his loyalty, is willing to sacrifice himself and his own human instincts of kissing a beautiful woman in order to save his dear friend. Gawain's nobility is further showcased when he allows Ragnell to choose when she takes on her beautiful form. By doing so, Gawain once again emphasizes the nobility and selflessness, and is rewarded with Ragnell taking on her beautiful form permanently. This story indicates that even if sacrifices may hurt you in the short term, they will always yield a reward. The story from Kanu above showcases how sacrifice can come from the unlikeliest of sources. The anteater, the biting fly, the spider, the chameleon, and the cave rat are considered nuisances, but are allowed an opportunity to put themselves in harm's way in order to save the daughter of Kanu below. Kanu below is rewarded for his trust in these fellows, while the animals are considered heroes, once again showcasing how nobility, loyalty, and sacrifice will always yield their long-term rewards. Long-term rewards may not manifest themselves in ways you might think. The theme is depicted by the turtle in Noble Beginnings. The turtle sacrifices himself in order to hold the mud on its giant shell, which eventually gives rise to human beings. This story indicates how the turtle's sacrifice will always be memorialized. The turtle in the story is now a hero, which is what we will all strive to become as humans. The last story I will go over is from the story The Power Horse. This story depicts what exactly constitutes a noble sacrifice. The hunter sacrifices himself by jumping into the boiling water, honoring the wishes of the princess and his beloved horse, who he did not listen to regarding the firebird. This sacrifice results in the hunter becoming a noble and beautiful lad. The Tsar, on the other hand, jumps into the beautiful water because he wanted to become beautiful for the princess, which results in his death. The boiling water in both instances is exactly the same, but yield drastically different results. The Tsar thinks in a selfish manner, with the hunter thinking selflessly. Ultimately, a noble sacrifice is thus one that is made for others and not for merely one's own gain. Sacrifice is tied to both my past and hopefully my future. As captain of the tennis team, I had to make many selfless decisions. I was in charge of ranking our players and could have ranked myself as higher than players that were truly better than me. However, this would have hurt my team and significantly reduced our chances of winning as a unit. Although this would make me look better, I decided to evaluate our team members as honestly as I could and was rewarded with many emotional victories and long-lasting friendships. Ropes courses are fundamentally tied to the themes of teamwork and sacrifice, which are emphasized throughout the day's activities. The trip to the ropes course that I had recently was the most fun I've had in years. The ropes course taught me that even in life, sometimes the unit is more important than the individual. Ultimately, the goal-oriented mindset for a task wasn't just about me. Every decision I make going forward isn't about me either, which taught me to be more selfless when it comes to my future activities. Ultimately, those who sacrifice for the noblest of causes and succeed are memorialized. Frederick Douglass is a notable abolitionist who sacrificed his well-being as well as the well-being of his family by going against the norm and preaching freedom for all slaves. His sacrifices will not be forgotten and are memorialized with a recently enacted statue in front of Hornbeck Library. Gandhi is especially important to me due to my Indian culture. The screen depicts one of Gandhi's most famous quotes, emphasizing the importance of sacrifice. Gandhi's actions ultimately led to his death at the hands of a crazed British supporter, but his sacrifices will ultimately always be rewarded with the freedom of India.